Greetings, traveler. I know it may be tempting not to heed warnings telling you to turn back now, but this one you might want to pay attention to if you're sensitive towards sexual content or foul language in a podcast. We will be swearing during this episode, and we will be talking about some not so PG 13 things. So, this is your one and only chance to turn back now. Please enjoy the show.
Sorry.
And so that's when King Bach pulls out his comically large spoon, which is the punchline to the joke.
That's a good idea, but I don't know how that correlates to making the restaurant mascots of the United States at least combat each other.
King Bach is
Yeah, that was a
restaurant
really
mascot.
long. He is?
Yes.
What chain?
Box?
Oh. You know who could help enlighten us a little bit more about Box?
Gimache?
Yeah. What's the other name?
I think we need Taryn. Taryn. Yeah.
No, I don't think that's right.
Okay.
You can try summoning him though. You guys remember the call?
What call?
The call to summon Gimache or Terran.
Oh.
No, that's the noise he makes. That's not the noise we makes. Levi, unleash him.
I refuse.
We need someone to do it.
Hold on,
You're
I got
the one
this.
who wanted to call him.
I got this. I think he's home. Hey, Taryn, you're finally allowed to do the Flat Stanley episode.
It worked.
I heard that from downstairs before I heard it on the recording.
Flat Stanley.
We got him. We trapped him.
I told you last time that I refused to allow Flat Stanley on this podcast.
What Flat Stanley Goes to Space is a literary masterpiece.
Well, I
Get a
lied.
rope around his ankle.
We're not doing Flat Stanley.
Don't let him get away. Grab him.
Ah!
Roll intro.
Roll
Play that
intro.
funky music, Stanley.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Nat One podcast, aka Nope, because nope, you're not gonna want to hear what we're about to have to say. I'm Pertusik.
I'm Levi.
And I'm Jordan.
He doesn't.
Like,
Probably the sounds of bones squelching.
you're
He's
right.
paper.
That's right. I was thinking, I was like, what would that like Danny Phantom? He goes like, "Go and ghost," and then I imagine Flat Stanley's probably just like something like that, maybe.
Never
What?
make that noise again.
Because he got crushed by a big whiteboard.
Is that really this Flat Stanley lore?
Yes.
We've been
All
over
right.
this.
There's
can't-
2 iterations.
There are.
See what I fucking told you? The second we mention it, it's actually gonna become a goddamn Flat Stanley.
Wait, now I'm actually interested. What do you
No,
mean
no,
there are
no.
two iterations?
No.
The other one, he gets crushed by a steamroller.
I'm gonna
What?
crush you with a fucking steamroller.
Dude, Flat Terran.
Flat Terran.
Okay, hold on. I'm getting the thing. So
I
welcome
have it.
everybody. Oh, you got it. Okay.
You could also have it. You're
Yeah.
the one that made it.
Made it in paint.
Uh,
Okay. Welcome everyone. Welcome back to the new episode. Today, we're like kind of funky with it.
what?
So
You heard him.
I didn't. I don't think I agree.
I mean,
We do be getting funky.
this is called Nat One Podcast, and we mostly talk about D&D stuff barely anymore. We've talked about all there is to talk about. I'm sure there's nothing else to discuss. So,
Oh, we never talked about cover mechanics.
that's a little boring. I don't think anyone would watch something like that.
Yeah.
But a new thing we decided, we really enjoyed, us personally, we enjoyed our episode where we discussed about cartoon dogs fighting each other or racing against each other. So today we have the pleasure of bringing you the restaurant mascot and assorted mascots tournament.
Hopefully under an hour.
Hopefully under an hour.
Woo. That's the
Um,
challenge. We can put challenge at the end of it, and then it does well on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And put impossible in asterisks.
Yeah.
Why isn't it possible?
It simply isn't.
Impossible.
What are you?
Gimache.
Gimmis.
Without further ado, right now Jordan has made an insanely intense, dramatic GIF or visual representation of the combatants.
I have.
Which she will put
Yeah.
on the screen right now for all of you viewers to watch.
Y'all never told me that was part of my job description.
That's okay, you got it. No. If not, though, we might put it on Twitter or something. Who knows?
But it
Let's
will
just
be.
jump in. I believe. So for the rules of this contest, we are only going to go off of actual lore of the characters as established through commercials and TV properties and general vibes if there isn't a good one of those. So it is infallible, is what I'm saying.
We
And
are right.
definitive.
We are correct in our assessment of these characters.
And this has been chosen, the way they are organized is not purely based off of which ones we came up with first. It is the ones that are they are pitted against their most equal opponent, and it cannot be better.
It just happened to be the order that we first came up with them in.
Exactly. So don't ever try to replicate this. It is wrong. Now that we've made a fool of ourselves enough, I think we get right into it.
Making a fool of ourselves more.
Yes. So, for those of you, including my co-host, that may or may not have it pulled up, our first combat. Ronald V. McDonald against Tony Tiger. Discuss.
Fight.
Well, Tony the Tiger's a tiger.
Mhm, mhm,
But
mhm.
Ronald McDonald is
McDonald's
evil.
a clown. You don't think he's not gonna pull like a saw blade from out of nowhere and just ram it up in there?
Where do you think the chicken nuggets come from, Taryn?
Yeah.
Tony Nuggets.
Pony.
I mean, there was that whole thing about how McDonald's had like the pink goop.
The big
What do you
goop.
think
Yeah.
the pink goop is made out of? Tony. Ronald
curious.
McDonald is gonna mash him into a pink pulp with a comically large squeaky hammer because he's a clown, barbarian,
Why
and
do you-
Tony's gonna be turned into nuggets.
Why else would he have that maniacal, weird smile on his face?
Exactly.
Not to mention, I'm including the Macy's parade balloon as part of the lore. If he can
Mhm.
grow that big, Tony the Tiger does not have a balloon form, so therefore Ronald McDonald automatically wins.
Okay. I see your arguments. I feel like we're forgetting a key essential part here. I think Taryn will be able to back me up on this. We're forgetting about the legions of athletic children that Tony the Tiger has at his disposal.
I forgot about his
Okay,
child
Ronald
army.
McDonald has legions of obese children.
That's why they
And-
lose.
at his
That's-
disposal.
He also has a shoe car.
He does have a shoe car, and he has his other McDonald Abomination mascot friends.
What? No, we can't count those because we have another one of those on the list. So
Yeah,
Ronald McDonald is fighting solo in that
this
regard.
is solo battles.
Actually,
Yeah,
no,
it's
he can have the chicken nugget mascots.
Also, according to lore, Tony the Tiger has the cops on his side.
What?
Is this true? Wait,
Yes,
here's
this is
more.
actually true.
Wait.
Wait.
What?
This is why we brought him here. Explain, please.
There was a commercial about like a Frosted Flakes commercial that came out a while ago on like Cartoon Network or something that got banned because it showed a lot of violence because he was cooperating with the cops and stopping crime.
What?
It's like the crime dog.
Tony
forget
the
his name.
Tiger, secret vigilante.
Yeah.
Let me find this.
All right, you work on that. I do feel like I do need to put one foot into the Ronald McDonald camp though, because there's something we haven't discussed, and that is his infinite realm of labyrinthine constructions, the play place.
Yes.
I feel like he could just beat Tony the Tiger on endurance purely by losing him in the ball pit.
or the things you find in the ball pit.
That's what kills him.
Yeah, that's what gets him. Whatever lives in there just drags him
show,
down.
wasn't there?
Yes, there
Yeah,
was.
I think it was
Ronald
the
McDonald
90s
show?
or 80s. That's when he had all his cool friends with him.
Mayor McCheese, Officer Big Mac,
The Hamburglar.
Mm-hmm.
Grimace.
Hamburger,
That's true.
Ernie
Sriracha.
the Early Bird.
Let's break it down death battle style. Ronald McDonald does have more combat experience against the denizens of I don't know, what is it, Burgerville or something?
He also has layer actions apparently with the play place.
yeah, true. Tony the Tiger, I don't think he's much of a combatant. He might have been on the beat for a little bit, but that's not the same as taking down the Hamburglar every other week. This is a tough one.
I found the video.
Send
I
it to us
still
after the
think-
show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
still
I'm putting
think
it in the
that
chat.
Ronald McDonald himself wins.
I'm on
time.
the camp of Ronald McDonald.
Especially if we're including the play place, because then the police don't matter anymore. He can just lose all of them in there.
Yeah.
You can't
All of
spell-
his legions of children and police will just be destroyed by the labyrinth. He will trap them in
The ball pit.
small sections,
This
and
is
then he
like-
will face Tony the Tiger one-on-one like a final boss.
This is like the Tsukuyomi from Naruto. Oh my gosh. Taryn, what's your vote?
I still gotta go with Tony. My man
Ooh.
Tony.
So I could tie the vote right
You're
now.
the tiebreaker.
I think, in the consideration of all the numbers, if we looked at the past feats of Ronald D. McDonald and Tony Tiger sure was able to, I don't know, blow up a bus, which was like 200 kilojoules of TNT energy. But we all know that Ronald McDonald smashed a meteorite, and therefore it's more, and that's like 10 times more. So Death Battle says he wins. Ronald McDonald wins this round.
We're
Yay!
using power scaling to determine. Oh, I hate power
I've got to take
scaling.
notes for when I remake the bracket for this so we can post it. We
That's
have
what
to
we
be
do.
on brand. I have to use the branding guidelines.
Yeah. All
that I
right.
made.
We're on to the next fight. Taryn, let's see. Get some more persuasive argument out there. You might win. And I feel
Okay,
like you have
okay.
a specific bone to pick in this fight.
Ooh, is this?
This next
This
fight,
is Gimache.
Ooh,
Grimace versus Frisch's big boy. Or big guy, sorry.
We probably should be changing these for copyright purposes.
I
We're
already
gonna get
did.
strikes. We did not. Okay, Ronald McDonald is now just McNaldo because that's what I call
Can they
McDonald.
strike us
McDonald.
just for saying the name?
I
They
don't
might,
know.
or they might like make
No, I
it
don't-
defamation or
I
something.
don't think so.
I feel like this is all positive.
McDonaldland?
Yes.
Okay, but now we got to get into the fight. So Grimace, Grimh versus Frisch's big guy. Again, only by the lore and power scaling and vibe.
I will come out and say I think that Frisch's big guy has Dr. Evil on his side. So that's already a point in the win category.
Okay.
But
okay.
Grimace has had a balloon in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
That's
Oh,
true.
Using my own logic against
Oh,
me.
I think that nullifies the big guy energy that
Yeah.
otherwise would have given him an advantage.
That's very
Also-
good.
Grimace
The-
also started as evil, but then became good. So would
He's
he be willing
redeemed.
to fight?
Oh,
Because he's a good person now.
Well,
think
he's
he
gonna fight
would.
Dr. Evil.
He would fight
Oh,
Dr.
that's
Evil.
true.
Also, canonically,
Oh,
Grimace had two pairs of arms at one point.
what?
he was like Goro from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. And also,
Okay.
the most important thing is that Grimace has a raft.
That is
He
true.
has an inflatable raft.
So in a naval combat, he'd have the edge.
Exactly.
All right, so we take the size out of the equation then, because they're evenly matched
They're
with the big guy in the balloon. They're
Mm. Levi, what are you thinking? What are you thinking?
I'm on the Grimace wiki.
I am as well. Yes, there is a
Um,
wiki.
There's a guy in the comments who claims there should be a category about the powers that he has, but that's just the comments, so I don't know if we should take that at face value.
You're right. You're right. I feel like that falls out of the tenure.
He claims though that Grimace has superhuman strength and speed,
Mm.
I hate that.
and he can run at 12,383 light years per second.
That's so specific.
Someone really did the math, Taryn. Was that? Be honest. Are you the commenter?
The name of
No.
the person who commented this is Slunch. So
And he also says Grimace can destroy anything he wishes just by saying the phrase, a number 9 with a small fry and a
Oh my
large
God.
Coke.
Okay, so we found the memer slash fanboy.
This
Okay.
data is an outlier and should not be counted.
I can't think of any Frisch's Big Guy commercials. I can't think of his
Exactly.
commercial scaling. But
Austin
Grimace did have a
Powers.
media presence.
Yes. Grimace still has a media presence.
Yes. But the
Well,
only
probably
other
one of
thing
the
I
most
can
more
think
famous of the McDonald's gang.
of. I wonder though, Frisch's Big Guy almost always has a buffet. Can Grimace keep up with that?
Does Frisch's have a buffet?
It does.
I don't think. I
typically.
think I've been there like once.
My mom loves it.
Yeah,
But-
it's fast food.
Mhm.
I
They're
think they
both
can't
fast
keep up with it.
food.
Yeah, but McDonald's is such an established presence in the fast food world.
You know what? I'm kind of thinking. McDonald's is fast food. Frisch's has the buffet. I feel like it's a classic endurance versus burst. Grimace is the burst. That's the fast
Mm.
food. But can the burst out like pace or defeat the endurance of Frisch's buffet?
That's a good
Levi.
question.
I think so.
We need your expertise, Levi. Grace us.
I'm looking at the Frisch's wiki.
There's one of those too.
He's doing the research. Levi's the only one that did the homework,
Yeah.
or is currently doing the homework.
Dang. I didn't realize that Frisch's was like a mainly Ohio thing.
I didn't either.
Yeah,
there's
it's like a
80
Midwest thing.
81 stores in Ohio, 8 in Indiana, 29 in Kentucky. That's it.
It's kind of like Bob Evans, where like
Oh.
it's everywhere here.
So that Austin Powers joke was a real deep cut whenever it
Yeah.
came out.
But like the Big Boy mascot is
It's kinda
bigger
big.
than is bigger than the like restaurant franchise. Like
Yeah.
people know what the Big Boy is.
But
I'm sorry,
I
big
think
guy.
that I think the characters derive their power from how many restaurants there are.
We can't do
Oh
that.
god, we can't do that, Taryn.
No, no,
Well,
no.
if that's the
power
case,
scaling
Ronald
won't work.
McDonald absolutely
Just
stomped Tony the
demolishes.
Tiger, and you had no argument for that.
Mm,
But you could instead argue that because Grimace was able to move at the lightning fast pace as earlier established, perhaps Grimace could just destroy the entire buffet, eat all of it, or perhaps just throw it on the floor, completely wiping out Big
Exactly.
Guy's endurance.
Why does this feel like an I think you should leave bit? Someone just like throwing all of the buffet food on the floor.
Thoughts on endurance being at the buffet.
I think that argument has some merit. The like the buffet
speed.
might be able to outlast.
I don't think we can.
Mm.
Well, you also have to think about closing times of the restaurants because
I was gonna say that.
most McDonald's are 24/7.
Oh, that's true. With a drive-through, some of them are drive-through only, but yeah.
But what does Gamache have to do with the drive-through? Because if we're doing that, that's a point towards Ronald McDonald.
Mm.
And Frisch's Big Boy also has a drive-through in many of its locations.
But they're not 24/7.
Neither
McDonald's
is the
isn't
McDonald's
24/7
here.
anymore.
Well, some still do it.
Mm-mm. I think I'm going to have to go with Grimace on this one. I believe in the burst. I believe the burst can outdo the endurance.
I'm still
Yep.
going Big Boy
Levi,
I got my boy
just
Grimace.
because of the sheer evil power
you're
behind
either gonna
Frisch's Big Boy.
tie it or break it. This is the Redeemer. Grimace is the Redeemer. You said so yourself.
Grimace the Redeemer. That's his
Thinking.
D&D character name, Grimace the Redeemer.
Grimace
gotta
Redeemer Church.
No.
I am your new purple
There are
god.
also two different kinds of Big Boy because there's the East Coast Big Boy and the West Coast Big Boy.
And Grimace has 4 arms, 2 for each.
Oh, I see. Frisch's
Mhm.
Big Boy and Big Boy are two different restaurant chains.
So it's a divided base.
Yes, the regular Big Boy, it used to be part of regular Big Boy, but then became its own thing. So they just put Frisch's in front of it. And those are the ones that are only in Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana. The other Big Boys are all over the place.
So I was right. The character is more popular than just
Yeah.
Midwest.
So this seems like something like one of our old presidents, Abraham Lincoln, once said, whenever two things don't work together, then things go badly. or
I don't
something.
think that's what he said, and I
really
don't
hurt
think that
me.
applies here.
Well, okay, that is what he said, but in a very rudimentary and roundabout way of saying it.
Therefore, I believe Big Guy loses this one, Levi.
Yeah, no, I agree with Pertusa.
Damn
I
it.
gotta
Let's
go
go.
with
Yes.
Gamache.
A
That
win
means
for
that
the
Ronald
win.
McDonald and Gamache are fighting. So
That's-
have fun with that.
That's part of the reason I picked
A
it.
house divided against itself cannot stand. Neither of them win.
Oh God.
Mhm.
I don't think that's how that quote goes. No. It's okay. We gotta move on because I feel like we're spending too much time on the early ones. But that's okay. Next up, we have the Jack that you find in a box versus the Starbucks lady.
Oh, Jack in the Box, easy.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah, he's got an army of drunk people.
And also, have you seen his commercials? He literally like assaults people in his commercials.
Okay, let's hear this. Tell me about this. Tell me like I've never heard of it before.
Okay, so have you seen that one commercial where like he's talking about people who hate his food and then he literally rips off both of his sleeves and says, "Do something about it."
No.
No.
You haven't?
No.
That's a real commercial. It's like iconic.
I believe you. That's terrifying.
Yeah, he's literally like a criminal.
You guys might
The
have
Jack in the
immediately
Box
changed my
mascot
mind.
is like a criminal.
I was gonna go for the Starbucks mermaid, but you guys may have changed my.
Wait,
Changed my
okay,
opinion.
wait, don't watch it right now, but I'm gonna find it for later.
Okay. So I mean, we have to at least discuss or give Starbucks lady a chance, Starbucks mermaid a chance. First off, coffee. Caffeine.
Coffee.
This-
She's got a bunch of caffeinated weirdos on her side.
yeah. This is the buzz. This is the burst again
Mhm.
versus not endurance anymore, but burst versus brawn. I feel like speed versus strength.
I also
know.
say the Starbucks mermaid gets a point because she rules the domain of land and sea because she has the weird split tail thing.
Because she's dumped a
So-
lot of coffee in the ocean.
But
I don't
does
think
she
that's the
have?
reason, but
Oh.
Does she canonically have a driver's license though?
why does that matter? Why are you
Mascot of
telling
Jack in
me-
the Box,
are you-
Jack Box, has a California driver's license.
Oh my
Really?
God.
That puts him a point above because he could just drive over her with a Jeep
Yeah.
or something.
And
I don't know, but
apparently,
the amount of
Wait,
caffeine that
wait.
people consume.
the Jack in the Box has real world power because apparently the commercial where he says do something about it and he's referring to a Burger King, that Burger King is no longer there.
Whoa.
It got
Oh my
replaced. Get
God.
this by a Starbucks.
Oh, I told you this was the best listing for
This
going
is
against
the
each other.
best order.
Okay, well, I mean, like, this feels like one of those things where the canonic lore of Jack from the Box is just so much more in depth and has more breadth than Starbucks Mermaid. Therefore, Jack Box just has so many more talents than Starbucks Mermaid, so it's kind of a walk away.
There's
And
also
I mean,
a
I've
Jack in the
never-
Box commercial where he literally chases someone like out into the dark of night and tackles them and forces them to eat one of his burgers.
Oh my
I've
God,
watched the
him and the
Batman.
Burger King king would be best friends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or like rivals considering the
mortal
shutdown.
enemies.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
also,
I don't know.
Jack Box canonically lived on a cattle ranch in Colorado, so we got them farming skills.
He's a buff farmer.
He's
Oh my
wrangling. He
goodness.
could wrangle her, but
He's
how
a
good is his fishing?
wrangler.
Yeah, how, is he good at fishing?
This could be a difference of the naval makes like he can't go out in the water, you know.
I don't know. I'm
What if
starting
we're
to come
looking
around
at
to
this the wrong
the
way?
Jack in the Box because if you can pay drunk people in tacos to defend your empire, that's pretty powerful.
Maybe we're looking at this the wrong way. Maybe they wouldn't even be enemies.
They'd
Maybe
be
they would be
allies.
lovers.
Ooh.
Oh, maybe that's why she moved in across the street.
Exactly.
That's why he kicked Burger King out.
So you're
But
saying
then if that's the case, are we saying that Jack in the Box wins because he both is a buff cowboy wrangler man and got the girl?
I think they
Yeah,
both move
Also,
on.
he's bald. He
Also,
immediately has
he's
more power
bald?
because he's bald.
Yeah, and that increases his power by at least 3 times.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
One
Mr.
Punch Man
Clean.
logic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, apparently, he has his own heavy metal band called Meat Riot.
All right.
Okay, he wins.
He wins.
He wins.
But we'll let him win, and then he and Starbucks Mermaid can go off and live in peace in their ranch in Colorado.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
he
had
also
to-
beat out Bill Clinton for the 1996 election.
What?
I knew my vote would count.
He's the original Harambe.
Oh my gosh. All right, he's moving on. You had me at California driving license, but you got me at Meat Riot. Okay. Next up.
Ooh, we're
This
pitting the
one-
royalty against each other.
Yes, I have one in mind I already think is going to win, but I'm interested to hear what the wikis have to say.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So, the first combatant, Small Caesar, against the King of Burgers.
Okay.
I would like to point out that King of Burgers is terrifying.
Yes.
He's a cryptid and he's very scary and his commercials are terrifying. Very
Mhm.
effective because I love Burger King. This is not sponsored, but the commercials leave an impact. They're he's creepy.
Yes. But is it all just for show, perchance? Is it all a front to scare you into buying his burgers, but there's actually no power or substance? Thoughts?
I don't know. I feel like the Burger King could be like an eldritch abomination that just like wants to sell burgers.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fight him. I'm too terrified. But I
Yeah,
wonder.
same.
I feel like he's kind of like Jet Jaguar from the Godzilla franchise. He's like a robot dude. And he's just like, if he ever gets broken, they just build a new one, you know?
He's a robot that loves hamburgers that much and he's trying to market, but he's scary.
Yeah. He like he's
Where
been.
was Burger King founded?
In the land of burger.
I don't know. Is it
American global
pertinent?
chain headquartered in Miami Dade County, Florida. Little Caesars was founded in Detroit. Which do we think makes a man stronger?
Wait, what were the options? Again?
Miami or Detroit?
What years?
1953, 1959.
Okay, then Detroit. It wins.
That's Little Caesars. Little Caesars is stronger simply because of being Detroit.
Home field advantage. That's a markup for Caesar. I don't know if that's a win though.
Darren, I
What?
need to know what you're messaging in the chat about.
Okay. So on on the official mascots fandom wiki,
Okay.
Little Caesars in his abilities section,
Uh-huh.
he's listed one of his things is speech, where he talks about the catchphrase pizza pizza.
Yeah.
And until recently, it was unknown if he was capable of speech other than that phrase.
Yeah.
But apparently, after the legalization of gay marriage in the US in 2015, he could be caught chanting his new phrase, penis, penis.
So he's an ally.
That is a point in his favor. Are we sure that's true and not a Wikipedia troll? Because that's delightful if it is true.
It's on the wiki, Jordan, so I
That's
take it as
not a
fact.
ringing
It has to be
endorsement.
true. It's on the wiki.
Oh wait.
Exactly.
All right, I'll go with it. All right, that's
Yeah.
yep. Little
But
But we
Caesar
already,
is a
by the way,
scion.
guys, we already should have known he was an ally because he's Roman.
All right, yeah.
True.
Then all right. What beats ally? Is Burger King an ally?
I don't believe so. He's a robot.
Can
Probably.
robots be gay?
That's a whole
Probably.
other sci-fi discussion that you don't want. We'll save that for another episode. That's a debate we'll have later.
Okay.
The
okay.
answer is yes, but there's reasoning.
Okay. But so we've got Little Caesars has the home field advantage and the ally advantage, but Burger King has the robot / Eldritch Abomination advantage. What about their power scaling?
I mean, you can't beat hot and ready
Um,
pizza.
It is always hot and ready.
It
except
is
for
always hot
sometimes
and
when
ready.
It's cold.
The Burger King does actually have a game where he sneaks around and gives people food.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
He's got stealth. Okay.
That's
Yes,
yeah.
he's a stealthy.
Well, and also
person.
giving people food is good.
However, I
Mhm.
raise you that Little Caesars does have like a biological weapon at the ready to use, but would that be effective against the Burger King, the robot?
What's the biological weapon?
The thing that I ordered from them last time I went.
Are we qualifying that as a bioweapon now?
I am. You should have seen what it did to my bowels.
Oh my god, I don't want to know.
Also, Little Caesars, he has a spear that he carries around, and he also
Yeah.
can drive an electric scooter with one hand.
Whoa.
That's got talent.
He's a cavalier.
He has the magic
Exactly.
combat feat
And pizza.
and pizza.
Now I
Pizza
think
is a shield.
I think that Burger King would walk away with this, except for one thing. They don't sell pizza. Ronald McDonald, they delved into pizza and it
They
was
did
awful,
sell pizza.
but they were experienced with it. I don't believe Burger King's ever sold pizza.
No, they haven't.
They have a chicken parmesan sandwich.
So they both
up.
have bioweapons.
We should have clarified this before we started filming. Our opinions do not reflect on the actual companies
No.
that we're talking about or the food of the actual companies we're talking about. This is purely based on the mascots.
Yes.
No offense to any of the corporations that we talk about. This is just
All
a
the
meme.
fence.
Think of it as a term of endearment because you were selected on the list.
Your
But
marketing
anyways.
strategies worked. We knew about it, so
Yes.
we're talking about them.
The Little Caesars wiki is just so good. It's
feel
so
like-
funny.
The Alliedom and the electric scooter and the pizza puts Little Caesars over the top.
I
Yeah.
agree. He's too camp not to win.
Levi.
Yeah, no, I think he would impale the Burger King with
Yeah.
his spear.
Okay.
This one's
goodbye.
unanimous. Sick.
Yeah, goodbye Burger King.
I was basing it
Wow.
solely off the fact that Little Caesars is visibly armed and the Burger
Yeah.
King is not. So
That's what makes him scarier.
That's
but
because
it's
the
okay.
Burger King is like Freddy Krueger. He gets into your dreams, and that's how he attacks.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, this next one is gonna be tough, but I feel like this one's gonna be a walk away for one of the people for a specific reason, but I gotta say them first. People at home, don't forget to put your comments, answer what you think it's gonna be in the comments below.
Yes, I will. We can post an empty bracket and
Yeah.
see what people want to do,
Tweet at us on Twitter
or TikTok.
Okay. or TikTok. Wendy from Wendy versus Arby's Meat Man.
Oh god.
oh no. Okay.
Oh,
I have an
that's a
opinion on this
difficult one.
Are
already,
we?
but-
Do we qualify? Okay, what is the Arby's Meat Man? Because if we don't have a specific thing in mind, my nomination is TJ.
No, the Arby's Meat Man is the disembodied voice that speaks in the commercials.
Oh, he's the we have the meats.
They have
Yeah.
to be, someone has to win, right?
Someone has
They
to
have
win.
to be they have to be fighting.
Yes, this is
Okay.
like dropped in. They are fighting for some reason or other.
I gotta go with the Arby's Meat Man.
I see. I have to go with Arby's because of the fact that I've seen TJ get sick from eating 2 meat mountains.
To be
He
fair,
didn't get sick, but like he
ate
was not
2
feeling
Meat
great.
Mountain.
Aaron, thoughts?
I'm doing research. Just
Okay. See,
It's
I
his own
believe-
fault.
Wendy has a great advantage. Not only does she have the sea salt fries, meaning she's familiar with naval combat, but she also has the Twitter presence that just like destroys
That's
corporations.
true.
Yeah.
Wendy's has vicious mockery down.
Yeah, yeah.
But Arby's is collaborating with Old Spice right now, so it also has naval
Whoa.
experience
But
from Old
Wendy's has
Spice.
chili.
but
That's
Wendy's
true.
also collaborated
Doesn't
with
Arby's have
Arby's in
chili
the
too?
past.
No.
Yes. No.
See,
there's-
this is what I was getting at in the very beginning. I don't think they would actually be enemies at all, but I don't want to go into that field.
I don't know.
Levi's
I-
more into shipping the food mascots as opposed to having them fight.
That'll be a few. That's the next Valentine's episode.
Yes.
Same bracket, but now pair them up. Speed dating. I think. See, when I jumped into this, I was like, it's the Meat Man. He's gonna win no matter what because he's a disembodied voice. How is Wendy's gonna get him? But I think I talked myself out of it because Wendy's got the vicious mockery. I think Wendy's got it.
Wendy's Twitter presence.
Yeah.
Also, Wendy, if we gave Jack in the Box credit for being buff farm boy, Wendy's is buff farm girl because their whole thing is like they have that whole list of. Well, then Arby's is too. They're evenly matched because they both
Yeah,
have
'cause
the
they're both
gimmicks of it being
the
like
farm.
farm fresh.
That's
Mhm.
true.
Both are
that's
from
true.
Ohio. So
What if
Both are from
Oh.
Ohio.
Ohio stay winning? What if
We got all the
Arby's-
restaurants.
the mascot isn't a disembodied voice, but because the phrase is "we have the meats," he is a thick pile of meat like a
He is
flesh
the
golem.
meat mountain.
Then I think Wendy just like puts him into a sandwich or something, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Puts him in the chili.
yeah.
It's a disembodied voice, so we don't know if he's just like a frail old man that'll die if he gets pushed over.
See, that's why I still think it's TJ.
Also, Wendy's have Frosties. Like,
That is true.
Arby's has
Mhm.
milkshakes.
But
Those are
Frosties are
Frosties.
different than milkshakes. Frosties hit different.
quick question, gotta
Also,
say.
Wendy's has breakfast.
That's true.
They do have breakfast. That's true.
People at
They
home,
do.
do you dip your French fries in Wendy's Frosties? Let me know. Anyway.
Yes, absolutely.
It's
Aaron
the
dips his
law if you're
nuggets.
Ohioan. Like
Oh yeah.
you have to if you're from Ohio. That's the law.
Mhm.
Okay, so Levi, we need your vote.
I've convinced myself out of both of them. I'm stuck in the middle.
Mhm.
I really don't know with this one.
Wendy
I
wins.
feel like they're
Yeah.
very evenly matched.
They are. They're pretty evenly matched.
I feel like this is one of those ones where like we would actually have to like build something and
We have
pit
to
them
fight it
against
out.
each other to see who would actually win. So I'm just
My final contribution for something you should consider is which one would have more R34 art.
Wendy.
There you go.
It's true.
Yeah.
I would know.
Levi's
Also-
drawing all of it.
Also,
I made
Arby's
it.
has a location in Qatar, meaning they support slave labor.
Truing.
What?
Anti-ally. All right, Taryn, what's your vote? It's a three to something right now, but what's
Oh
your
yeah,
vote?
Wendy's absolutely wins.
Wendy's
Okay.
wins.
Yeah.
'Cause
4-0.
they don't support slavery.
Okay, so just for the people at home, every single one we've chosen has been the top of the two, so that does not bode well for any of the bottoms. But
Bottom
anyway,
stay
I didn't
loser.
even realize that's what we'd been doing. Oops.
yeah, oops. Okay, next. Oh, this one's gonna be tough, but it's every time I look at it, I'm like, it's gonna be tough, and then I have one in my mind or I picked out. But the Pillsbury Doughchild against Carl and his junior, so it's like a Batman and Robin situation here.
Ooh, that's a difficult one.
Two
Well-
stars with weird faces, or a ticklish dough child.
Well, I feel like the heat of the stars negates him being. He's no longer dough. He's toast.
Oh, that's
So,
true.
like, it goes like you go past the cook stage and he's just dust.
But what if he called in his big brother, the Michelin Man?
Then you have a bunch of melted rubber on your hands.
Wait, his name isn't. He has a name, and it's not Pillsbury Doughboy.
He has a name?
He has a name.
Poppin' Fresh.
No, he doesn't. Put that back.
Whoa.
That's the first thing on Wikipedia
Poppin'
that it
Fresh.
says.
Put that back.
Poppin' Fresh, more widely known as the Pillsbury Doughboy.
I don't like that.
It's like a failed rapper.
No, I'm gonna go Carl's and his junior just because you can't beat a star. And if it goes supernova, then that's even worse.
But what if they take each other out? Because it's Carl and his junior. So what if it's like two
They
stars just boom?
You
Yeah.
absorb and it's then you create a planet because it's a new Big Bang.
Mhm.
I think that's what happened.
The
Okay.
Pillsbury planet.
Oh.
You also
Big
have to think
Planet
about here.
Doughboy.
Species anthropomorphic dough.
What's that?
The
Mr.
Gollum.
Mr. Poppin here, he appeared in Got Milk ads, Sprint phone ads, and he's also friends with the Geico lizard.
That's a
Okay.
point away.
What?
No, no.
Looks like Jordan's not going to be saving 16% or more on car insurance.
No, now if it was the Aflac duck, then I would give him a point. But fuck the Geico.
Also, canonically, the Pillsbury Doughboy has been stabbed with a spear and laughed at it. So
Whoa.
That's because fire is his only weakness.
So if he went against the Caesar, it would have been a crush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he would have gone against Caesar, then he would have beat Caesar. But no, he dies from Carl's Jr.
So do you wager
no, I
this is
don't think so.
this could be one of those things where like the Pillsbury Doughchild is a very strong combatant, but his opponent just happens to be stronger than him. Situation. Like he could beat half the people on this list. He just happened to get paired against the person that beats him.
Because we were very intentional when choosing the selections of who went against who.
Exactly.
Okay, I still think that he wins.
Okay. All right. Levi,
Oh, I don't know.
Poppin or Carl? and
If
his
we're
junior?
going purely off of lore, though, and what we have seen in the commercials, I don't really see the stars in the Carl. I don't really see that many Carl
Exactly.
Jr.'s commercials, anyways, or Hardy's commercials. I don't see the stars doing much in the commercials. Are they actually like real stars, or are they just star-shaped objects?
They wouldn't lie to us, I don't think.
They never said that they were stars, so they wouldn't be lying.
That would be deceptive business practices.
The
So what-
original founder was a truck driver. So
I'm conflicted about that.
and he started with a hot dog cart apparently in central Los Angeles.
Yeah, so he's from California, so that's a point away.
But if you put a glizzy in Poppin'
Don't
Fresh,
say that.
Okay, who are you voting for? Who did you vote for, Producer?
I haven't voted yet. I'm still listening to arguments.
I
I'm
need you
going
to
with
pick
He's
one because
gobbling
whoever
that
you pick
glizzy.
immediately loses because you said glizzy.
Yeah.
So if I said I'm picking Pillsbury Doughchild,
Yes, I don't
Loses.
care. He
We lose.
loses because you said glizzy.
this is called a tactical explosion, Taryn. I took you out so that way the Carl and Junior would win.
No, they don't deserve it.
Carl and his junior.
It's been decided.
Uh,
This is also our first bottom that's moving up. Ooh, that'll be a fun fight. Okay, next one up,
Charles
Yeah.
Entertainment Cheese.
the Taco Bell. Ding, just the
Oh.
bell versus Charles Entertainment Cheese.
Now,
oh,
I would
that's
like to point
such a
out-
tough one.
I lobbied for the inclusion of the Taco Bell Chihuahua and I was shot down.
But
If
the
you
Taco
did that-
Bell is iconic.
So is the Chihuahua.
But if the
No.
if the Chihuahua was in, I think that would harm your chances. I'm just gonna be honest.
I'm
Okay.
gonna say the Chihuahua is not iconic because I didn't know it existed until you mentioned it to me when we were making.
It's a very famous commercial.
Yeah, it's just kind of old now.
It
I
doesn't
feel
matter though,
like
because
it.
I'm still voting for Charles Entertainment Cheese.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, he definitely wins.
He steals children's
Whoa.
souls.
Also, the Taco Bell Chihuahua's dead anyway.
I know.
F to the little guy.
F to the Taco Bell Chihuahua.
I don't really know much about the Entertainment Cheese lore except for just that he's morphed over time.
Isn't the lore that like he never had a birthday party, so he swore to throw children's birthday parties so other children would have birthday parties, and then he began eating them. But I think that's just I think I don't think that's part of the official lore. I think that's part of fanon.
He was originally a rat, but then they changed him to a mouse.
Because you don't want
Okay.
rats associated with your pizza place.
That's very true.
Do you
We gotta
want
talk about
mice
that.
associated with your pizza place?
Well, okay, if Disney can get away with having mice associated with all their restaurants, Chuck E. Cheese can.
we got to
The
talk about
character
some
was
of that.
originally created as the mascot, proposed by Nolan Bushnell, the founder of Atari.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
that's a point.
Mhm.
But what about the Great Pizza controversy that I believe has since been debunked pretty much?
they use pizza from other pizzas.
Yeah,
Well, we're not talking about food though.
Yeah,
that's
we're talking
true.
about
Well, we
sheer
kind of crossed that
power.
line because Frosties was a deciding factor for Wendy's. So never mind, that rule's gone.
The rat mascot was originally given a New Jersey accent, telling jokes, sometimes holding a cigar.
Oh,
I love it.
this is a lot for the Entertainment Cheese camp, but we have to consider the competitor, the Taco Bell. Baja
giant-
Blast.
Bell. I did have a Baja Blast today.
Your vote has been placed then.
I miss Baja Blast
has.
so much.
My vote has in fact been placed.
I haven't had Baja
I
Blast in,
actually
like, 2
ate
years.
Taco Bell right before we recorded
I'm
this.
jealous. I love Taco Bell.
But I'm just
not sponsored.
how would the Entertainment Cheese fight the Bell? Like it's just gonna
The bell will just go
Well, I
over
mean-
top of him and then ding and he's dead. The vibrations will make his head explode.
But Charles Entertainment Cheese also has associates.
Yeah.
The
And
bell just
also,
goes over top
how-
all of them and
How
dings and
big
their heads
is
all
the
explode.
Taco Bell?
Yeah, it could be
It's
like
like
this
this
big.
I think that's
I'm-
even more intimidating.
I am assuming that it's the size of the ones on the signs.
So
Those
that's
are kind of big.
I still think that Charles Entertainment Cheese wins.
I have to
How?
agree with Taryn.
I think we're at our first deadlock. 'cause
Well,
I think
okay.
Levi will take the
Powerful.
Bell.
Charles Entertainment Cheese also
Taryn,
has the play
you
place
can't
advantage.
just say he's so powerful. That's
He
not
powerful.
also has the ball pit advantage.
He's so powerful.
And FNAF.
I think
But-
the Taco Bell bell is like that one post about the hand that just flies around the world and randomly kills one person like once every year. It's just a giant object that floats.
That's how I see it as well, yes. And like, what are they gonna do? What are they gonna play music at a bell? Like that's just they're gonna hurt themselves.
Okay, 1 second. I have found an article I need to read about Charles Entertainment
Aaron's
Cheese.
getting his citations.
Okay.
I'm still going for Charles Entertainment Cheese.
He absolutely
Aaron.
wins. He was a drug dealer.
That doesn't beat a
Again, that
bell.
means nothing against Giant Metal Bell.
Also,
If you
no,
told
he
me
should
was
not
like
win.
a welder or like a construction worker, then maybe I'd be like, okay, he might have something in his skill set where he knows how to like take apart a giant metal bell with tools or something. He can rip it apart. But no, you're giving me nothing to signify that he could destroy a giant metal bell.
Also, can we
Right,
point out he's a
direct
children's mascot that was
Yeah.
canonically a drug dealer? That's not that don't sit right.
The article that I'm reading,
Mhm.
direct quote: "The community came to fear him as he had no hesitation when it came to leaving a severed horse head in your bed or setting off a bomb in your fiance's car."
Where, I want
Where
you to
did
tell
you
me what
find
your source
this?
is. What is
I
your
feel like
source?
this is the wrong story.
What is your
It's-
source?
It is a article called "A Brief Biography of Charles Entertainment Cheese."
From what?
Fair.
Medium.com.
Who?
What?
Well, I mean, if we take all those things into consideration, then I think it might have to be Entertainment Cheese.
Exactly.
Wait a second, though. This completely goes against our rules because has any of that been featured in any of the commercials or TV assets?
It's been in Medium.com.
We
The-
said at the beginning, commercials, TV assets. What do we know about the Taco Bell? It's a giant bell that dings.
that's
That's
true.
been in the commercials. What do we know about Chuck E. Cheese? Ricky Rat.
But what about FNAF?
But he's not FNAF. If this was Freddy Fazbear, my argument would be different. He's not Freddy Fazbear. He's Ricky Rat.
Aaron, can you concede to that? He's not Freddy Fazbear.
He's not Freddy Fazbear, but he was also voice acted by the frontman for fucking Bowling for Soup. They made the
Hey.
Phineas and Ferb theme song.
Oh shoot! No, I almost changed my vote, but then the Phineas and Ferb brought me back.
Exactly.
But Phineas and Ferb came after Ricky Rat anyways. That has nothing to do with this.
I'm so conflicted.
It has nothing to do with Chuck E. Cheese.
Okay. We've been asking how is Chuck E. Cheese gonna defeat the Taco Bell? But give me this: how is the Taco Bell gonna defeat Chuck E. Cheese?
It's a giant hunk of metal. It will land on him.
We've been assuming that he's got those powers. What if he doesn't? What if he can't move? Or she? I don't know the gender of the bell.
Mhm.
Then if that is the case, and we're also assuming that Chuck E. Cheese doesn't have any ability to destroy it, it will be a pure battle of endurance, and Chuck E. Cheese will lose because he will tire himself out trying to break a giant metal bell.
Because of the drugs.
Yes.
Taryn, I don't know. I'm still on the Bell side. You got to win me, man.
Doing research.
Jordan is also away at this time. If Jordan chooses to leave all this in, and there's just like a large 5-minute stint of her not talking.
There's going to be a 20-minute stint of us arguing over Taco Bell.
This is
and-
valuable. This is important research.
The Taco Bell wins. That is and has been my final answer this entire time.
I currently agree with you, but they might persuade me. We have to end the deadlock. It's either that we have to get one of them, and we're not going to get Taryn, or they have to get me.
Well, according to this article, Charles Entertainment Cheese is already dead. So
Oh,
that's an
All right.
issue.
all right. The Bell gets it.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to ask about the validity of the source because
Why does Business Insider have a thing about Charles Chuck E. Cheese? Business
know.
Insider has an article about Chuck E. Cheese called "The Surprising and Horrific Backstory Behind Charles Entertainment Cheese."
Yeah.
I told you
Okay.
he's obsessed with children's birthday parties.
our next combatants, we have up a surprising entry, the hamburger helping glove
That was
versus
my idea.
Colonel Sands, but with a dur in between the sand and the S.
So Chicken Man versus Glove. Fight.
I think they wouldn't fight. I think they would join forces.
God damn it, Levi.
Yeah,
Because
he's
the
right.
glove
Ships.
would go on Colonel Sanders' hand, and then it would be like a power glove.
They can't though, because one comes from this kingdom of Hamburg and the other comes from chicken.
That's why it's perfect. No one expects it.
They wouldn't. They're like rivals. This is like
They
asking a
unite-
Capulet to marry
they-
a Montague.
Montague?
That's
Yeah.
what happens.
Why?
No, they
Well,
both
what
died. That
attempts
didn't end well
to
for anybody.
Only
not-
because of people who were just like you and said it shouldn't happen.
No,
I
they
will
killed
continue.
themselves.
Because their families hated each other and refused to allow it to happen.
There were a lot more extenuating circumstances in that story. A lot of people died.
So what I'm hearing is, so long as people will never combine chicken and hamburgers, these two will both die.
We have both chicken and hamburgers at the fast food place I work at.
I wouldn't know this.
Also, Colonel Sanders is also already dead, but
That they're all alive for this purpose. That's
No,
okay.
Colonel Sanders, we know for a fact though, isn't one man. It's a lineage. There
It's
are
a
multiple.
legion.
There
Reba
are multiple
is-
Sanderses.
Reba
Yeah.
is also Colonel Sanders, so that's
They're a
the
hive mind.
image. Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like they could just beat up the glove, like they could just mob him or morb
Yeah.
him, you know?
They got that Kentucky rage.
Truly.
Although, question: is the glove the hamburger helper glove? It's like, is the Kool-Aid Man the jar? Is the glove the hamburger helper man, or whatever's inside the glove
A
possessing the
severed
glove?
hand.
Well, that's I'm asking is whatever's inside the hamburger helper glove. Is
I
that what's
think
the
the
hamburger helper
hamburger-
glove?
I don't think there's anything in it. I think it's just the glove.
Even
Yeah.
if there were, if they just like got one of their certified chicken deep fryers and they put it in it,
Just
I
deep
don't
fry the
think.
glove?
Yeah, I
What
don't
if
think
the
the
glove is full of hamburger helper?
Then they'd win with a nice meal.
They get some deep fried hamburger.
The mashup of the century. KFC does a hamburger helper meal. Pay us for this idea.
So I think
It's,
we're
it's
in
We're
like
not
a chicken
sponsored, but we
breast
can
that's
be.
shaped like
Sure.
a glove.
Also, Mr. Sander was a farm boy as well.
a
This
farm
is
boy
true.
and in the military, presumably given his
Yes.
title.
And I'm pretty sure the
Colonel.
colonel title is performative. I don't think it's official. I don't think.
No.
it's-
What?
I think
No,
it's
he was
completely
actually in the military.
I know, but I don't think the colonel rank. I think the colonel rank was awarded him for the chicken thing, not the military thing.
Oh, so he's a private. He's Colonel Private
no,
Sanders.
he's the colonel of the Sanders Legion.
All right,
The
we just went to
Legion
the-
of Sanders, the leader of them all, is the Colonel Sanders.
We went to the KFC
Oh.
museum recently, so I'm going off of that.
Oh.
Whichever one is the most dominant in the hive mind at the time is the Colonel Sanders and leads
Reba.
all of them into battle.
I think overall, though, we are agreeing that the mafia of KFC
Yes,
members would
Colonel
destroy the
Sanders
hamburger helper
would-
glove.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and move them on. And we're going into our second round, which should be quicker because we've already established the power of each of these characters. Now it's just a matter of making them fight. Okay. First up for the second tier, we have Ronald D.
Okay, wait.
McDonald.
Before you do that, I looked it up. He was not given the rank of colonel until 30 years after his military service.
Because it's his Legion rank, not the United States military rank.
So he is Colonel Private Sanders, probably.
I think
Maybe
Private comes
Captain.
first in that instance.
Private Colonel. I like
Yes.
that better.
It's an honorary title awarded to him by the governor. So, but
Okay.
continue with the second rankings moving on.
Yes. So now it is Ronald D. McDonald versus Grimace. I feel like this is an easy one.
Grimace wins.
What? Now hold on a second now. What?
No, I'm with
Gamache
producer 100%. Ronald
Gamache
McDonald
wins.
easily wins.
He
No,
don't
this.
McNaldo, Taryn, I hate to disagree, but
Grimace
McNaldo
is
wins.
Grimace
No.
is Ronald's subservient.
What?
He
But
would
he's
give his
got the
life
raft.
We knew he
He
was gonna
would
do this
give
when we
his
brought him
life.
on.
for Ronald McDonald. He would sacrifice himself so that Ronald could move on. He is his subservient.
But he's got the inflatable raft.
No one told Taryn I went ahead and moved Ronald McDonald on.
No!
Three of us chose him. They're in the same universe. It's already been decided.
It's McNaldo.
But the next one will be more interesting because we have Jack and his box versus the Small Caesar. Two alpha males, presumably.
Oh my god.
One's an
In this
ally.
case- No, I still got to give it to Jack and Box, man.
Yeah, he's just
He has
so
too
powerful.
much video evidence of him actually physically attacking people.
But Caesar has got heart.
A heart that the Jack can crush.
Yeah. Jack in the Box is literally what's his name? Armstrong from Metal Gear Rising. That's what he is.
I don't know what you
But
would say. Like,
Caesar.
mozzarella sticks, son. They harden in response to trauma.
Pizza, pizza.
Yeah, I feel like he's got the dub. I feel like Jack has the dub in this one.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
was gonna-
Caesar.
I was gonna give more reason why, but I immediately forgot it.
Good job,
I think
buddy.
we're in consensus though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still
Heart
pulling for
that Jack
Caesar.
can crush.
Okay, next up, Wendy versus two stars, two celestial bodies. Carl and his junior.
Wendy.
Wendy, she'll just
She
cancel them
has-
on Twitter.
The Frosty to blot out the heat of the stars.
Oh,
And then Twitter, they'll get canceled on Twitter.
that's
Yeah.
very likely, especially because it was started by a truck driver with a hot dog vendor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Got the glycerin.
We're going through the second round way faster.
Yeah, we now that we've determined all of their power levels and everything, we don't have
easy.
to argue over it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh shoot, I can't grab Wendy. Okay, there we go. Last set. Taco Bell versus the Colonel.
Oh,
This is gonna be an actually
Colonel.
tough one.
The Colonel.
The Colonel, he's a strong farm boy. He can just lift the bell.
and there's a
Oh.
legion of it. We've established
Yeah.
that
The
multiple
hive
of them.
mind.
There's the
So
mafia.
they'll do like the Amish thing where they all just lift it up and move it somewhere else. They'll
The
like
hive
throw it off a
mind.
cliff.
Yeah.
Well,
know?
and then you also have the herbs and spices. I don't know how those go in there, but somehow they do.
They're
That'll come back
acidic
later.
and they rip the metal apart.
Yeah, there you
Mhm.
go. Whatever
I-
brine they use for the chicken, Petita's the bell and it rusts away.
I was thinking it has to be the Bell again because we already established that the Chuck E. Cheese gang can't defeat the Bell, so why would a legion of colonels do it? But then
Because
I
there's
remember,
far more members in the Colonel Sanders Legion.
Mhm.
see, that
And also,
doesn't
they're
convince
just
me.
stronger.
That doesn't convince me, but the deep fryer convinced me.
Okay.
Deep fry the Bell.
There
Yeah.
you go, with the herbs and spices.
That's for the future fight. Remember that for later.
This is-
They'll come
this
back.
is a mouse
It's
Cthulhu.
like
We'll have
pocket
this later.
sand.
Yeah. Now we're into the semifinals. I think this is what this is called at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ronald versus Jack.
Oh,
Ooh.
Oh God.
Naldo.
Ooh.
I'm still
Two
pulling for
people.
Naldo.
This is like Trevor Belmont versus Death. One's an eldritch being and one's just a really strong dude.
This is two entities
I-
that have immense history and power descriptions over the years.
I feel like this
Yes.
is one of those where if they were to ever actually clash, the universe would implode.
Yeah. I think Jack wins. He's bald, so he
Mm-mm.
automatically has more
That's
power.
not how that works.
I don't know. He's got a point.
I'm going with the
No,
play
I
place
gotta
logic from
go-
the first argument.
I gotta go with
Mm.
Taryn. I think Jack is the not because he's bald. I think
He's One Punch
Jack
Man.
is like the determined underdog who will get really, really beat up and almost die by fighting Ronald, but in the end he will overcome him and beat him through pure determination.
But how
And he'll
does he
also
get
drive
through?
his stupid clown shoe car off a cliff with his
Oh,
driver's license.
Wait, this is just clown versus clown.
Yeah.
Well, okay,
He's not a
but-
clown.
Yeah, he is.
He's a Jack in the Box.
That's what
The
what the
Jack.
fuck is it? A Jack in the Box?
Oh, Jack.
It's a clown, dumbass.
Jack, we know canonically to be both nimble and quick. He can jump over the candlestick.
That's a good quote. What the Jack? Okay. But how does Jack defeat the play place and the infinite halls? How does he get out?
Can't get out of the play
Brute
place.
force.
That's not. You got to convince me something else, and ball won't work. Although he could blend in with the ball pit.
Let me go to his.
He just hides in the ball.
I don't think he would try to get out because he is known in his commercials to verbally berate his enemies. He would simply tell Ronald out to face him.
He just lives
He
in the
would-
walls.
He would yell and scream at him and berate him until Ronald was so infuriated he came out to face him on his own.
But isn't Ronald used to children doing in the place?
And Karens. And Karens.
Yeah, I think they all have Karen resistance. Almost every one of these places do.
I feel
Perhaps
like
it wouldn't necessarily be beratement, but be more of the you have to watch the Jack in the Box commercials to understand.
you have to
the
see
way
the
he
cinematic
does it.
universe.
It's like it's not like an angry taunting. It's like he goads you. He knows that it's like he says it like he knows that he's stronger than you.
It's because they're both clowns.
Is it too late to say they become lovers?
Yes.
No, I think that's
Jack in
the
the Box
ideal
has the
situation.
Starbucks lady already.
That's
Oh,
true.
that's true.
And
he wouldn't
Okay,
give
that-
up on his love.
I feel like we're being a little closed-minded. They can all move to the Colorado Ranch together. Like
I
that's not a
think-
determining factor.
I think Jack in the Box wins through the power of love.
Jack in the Box also wins because he has the power of the entire United States military because he's the
What?
president.
That's true.
Wait.
He won
Wait,
the
we
election
We
against
discussed this
Clinton.
earlier. He won the
Yeah.
election
Oh,
against Bill
yeah.
Clinton. Also, he canonically owns a football team called the Carnivores that exclusively plays against teams such as the Tofu Eaters and Vegans.
Oh,
What does that have to do with
Wait.
McDonald's?
He has a football team.
That still
Okay.
doesn't explain how he gets out of the play place and doesn't get absorbed by the ball pit.
Again,
He's
I
got
don't
military
think he gets
intelligence.
out. I think he goes and then manages to get Ronald to come to him, fights him, and then when he beats Ronald, the play place magically disperses because it's like Ronald's nightmare realm.
Exactly. And he's got the military intelligence to get through it.
see, I don't agree with anything that Levi and Taryn are saying, but I'm willing to say that Jack wins this because, and this kind of breaks the rules of our contest so far, but hasn't really come up yet. I think that Ronaldo would be so weakened from his battle against Grimace, both emotionally and physically,
He would be devastated.
that Jack would have a heads up because the last person he beat was just some Roman guy.
And
Mhm.
also,
That- I
I
will concede
wonder
that.
too, is Ronald's power derived from the characters in his universe? Would killing Grimace also make him weaker for that reason?
I don't think so. I think that's just like you have to kill your best friend, so and then
Yeah, I
fight
think
someone
it's like
else.
I think it's like a Kylo Ren thing, where to become strong enough to fight Jack in the Box, he had to
Mhm.
kill Grimace.
Yeah.
It would like completed his
still
transition
think
to the
he
dark
loses.
side.
I still
Completed. I think
loses.
he was already there before we even got to Grimace.
It
What do
got
you
worse.
mean?
But Kylo Ren also lost. So
I know. That's why it's
Exactly.
a good
That's what we're
comparison.
saying. Yeah, Ronald
Yeah.
loses this one.
yeah. Jack wins.
Okay. Second round of the semifinals. Win Dizzle versus the Colonel.
This one is like Twitter would hate us if we made them fight.
This is
Yeah.
of giants right here.
Twitter is all
I-
up in arms
I-
to have them be, for lack of a better word, fucking.
Whoa.
So
I think that this comes down to a social media battle, in which case Wendy's wins.
Yes.
I don't know. I haven't heard Wendy's go crazy in a little bit, but KFC recently came out not only with a dating sim, but also the KFC gamer console.
hmm
But
Both
it's a
of these
legion
are
of
true.
old white men and Twitter.
exactly, they're gamers. They don't worry about what Twitter has to say, Taryn. The gamers have always been
think Wendy's
oppressed by
wins.
Twitter.
Oh my god. Fuck off.
Oh, look, there's another clown, Jordan. I don't know. I don't know who wins this one. I'm leaning towards the Colonel, the Legion, and also because of the recent publicity stunts they've done. Wind's been kind of cold lately.
And not just
I-
because of the Frosties.
Got the prize.
Social media person.
I got new fries. I didn't even know about it. Don't you see what this says about society?
Exactly.
So
They have new fries. I didn't know about it. That means they're lacking. KFC would have let me know that they had new fries. They let me know that they had a console.
No cap. For real on God.
So are we,
Just
are we
like
saying
me.
Colonel wins this one?
For real.
I think Colonel
I
Wendy
wins.
wins.
Jordan, you could either go with Wendy or
I'm going with Colonel.
hey, well now you know what the last fight's gonna be. Two old buff dudes from a farm. The final round.
It turns out they're both actually just the same person.
Well, okay, and I would like to add a caveat to this final fight. It's
Mhm.
not taking place anywhere. It's at midnight in a Denny's parking lot.
Yeah, the final stage. The fight. This whole fight was to see who gets Denny's.
Yes.
So we have Jack from his box versus the Colonel. Which of those two wins? for
We
all
haven't
the
even been
marbles?
putting the box into the equation. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
I didn't even think about that. He has
can
his
do a
box.
surprise attack.
But
He-
this is where the herbs and spices comes in because he
I
already
agreed.
put them in the box. It's a trap on him. You think the Colonel
Oh
doesn't
my
know about the
God.
box? Of course the Colonel knows about the box.
But
The
the
hive
Colonel,
mind's got it figured
the,
out.
the Colonel Mafia can't go up against the might of the entire U.S. military.
Oh my god.
Oh, but
So-
can't they though? Can't they though?
Yes.
It's
they're
a covert
gamers.
operation team.
Might. Yeah.
You're forgetting.
You're forgetting about the implications.
You're forgetting.
You're
Taryn,
forgetting
this
him. Wait,
is-
no. We're all
Nope.
forgetting about the carnivores.
Oh, we know.
Exactly!
They would get
Solely
distracted.
team.
They would be distracted by the KFC chicken. And
Yeah.
also the now deep fried Bell and also something else he deep fried earlier. I forget.
No, they will simply eat the
Hamburger.
Legion.
Yeah, the glove.
They're the carnivores. Doesn't say that they're not cannibals. They will eat the Legion.
I don't think they'll have time to through the waves of chicken. and
How
the
many
occasional
people are
rat.
normally on a football team? Is it 11 minimum?
At least 4.
I
There's
think
a
it's
lot.
11.
There's a lot.
at least 11 members of the Legion stopped because carnivores are eating
Then
them.
why are there
I
so
don't
many
think
people on the
so.
fucking football team in high school? That
Because
makes no
there's a
sense.
lot of players and then there's also backup players. But I don't think 11 football members equals 11 stopped Legion. You're not thinking that the carnivores aren't going to stop and eat a bucket of chicken.
And then
if
what
it-
if they eat too much chicken? Too much grease is gonna make you get sick.
But
Yeah.
that's just the football team. You're not thinking about the U.S. military.
But the problem, Taryn, is you're thinking of the U.S. military from the year 1996.
Yeah.
They're probably not in the military anymore.
I don't know.
I'm still going with the Colonel. The hive mind's got this.
I think the herbs and spices in the box is like the final ploy. Like Jack is getting ready for the fight. He's about to do it. He's about to hit the surprise round. And then he starts coughing and hacking. And he realizes he's been poisoned by the herbs and spices. And
and
then
then
he
they
what
deep
if-
fry him.
Yeah.
Because
But
What if-
Jack has a wider
because-
reach.
wait. No. What if the Jack in the Box mascot has the body of a regular man, but has a giant clown face on his head? But it's
Yeah.
obvious that he is a real man underneath that. So
Mhm.
that's a mask, which defends him from the herbs and spices.
That's where the herbs and spices. No, that's how he gets stuck, because the herbs and spices make their way into the mask and then he
How?
suffocates.
How do they
yeah.
make their way into the mask?
There's just
Okay,
that
have you ever spilled like pepper everywhere? Shit goes everywhere.
Not with a mask on.
Okay.
There's a hole for his head to go in.
And then Jack also has the support of the people because he has television ads all run in English, Spanish, and Mandarin.
Yeah,
the
but
full
KFC
might
has
of
everything.
China.
Okay,
Yeah.
I have to look up who all has played Colonel Sanders, because I feel like
Mhm.
that negates that argument.
Let's
The
not
most
forget
notable
also.
one was Rob Lowe.
Now here's the thing
That's
though.
it.
Does Jack in the Box have a holiday event? nationally celebrated in Japan. Is KFC? Couples go get KFC meals in Japan for Christmas.
I forgot KFC is huge in
Oh.
Japan.
Yeah, they call him the Kenta man. Instead of Colonel Sanders.
My fucking chest hurts. Oh no, I didn't want to do that way.
Also,
Jordan. Oh,
if you want to talk about sports stuff, I think Jim Gaffigan is a sports person. Maybe I don't know. No,
don't know.
it was a sports ad. There was a sports
Oh.
ad with the Colonel playing basketball, and the Colonel was played by Jim Gaffigan. Jim Gaffigan's a comedian, isn't he?
I think so. That
that's
sounds
true.
right.
But it was a sports ad, so he has a basketball team.
All right. I think
Wait.
we are deadlocked. What, Taryn?
In 2009, there was a Super Bowl ad about Jack in the Box that ran that showed Jack Box surviving an entire bus hitting him.
That is
doesn't mean-
nothing
That
in the
doesn't
way
mean
of
he
the
can
deep
survive
fryer.
a deep fryer. Yeah. Bertuzzi and I are on the same level on this. You can't escape the deep fryer.
Mm-mm.
Listen, Levi and Taryn, you guys are set on Jack.
The headquarters for Jack in the Box is in San Diego, California, which is a pretty hot place. I think he could survive the deep fryer.
Yeah,
That's what you two are
it's
set
currently on fire. So
Jordan and
He's
I are
already
set.
hot.
Colonel Sanders also has hobbits because Sean Astin has played Colonel Sanders.
Listen, you two are set on yours. Jordan and I are set on the Colonel. So I think there's only one thing left we can do. We turn it over to the people at home. Literally, if a
Exactly.
single person that isn't us watches this and comments, you will decide which one wins. Jack and his box, or the several colonels, private colonels, the colonels, privates. I mean,
The what?
what?
I meant
His
the
name
Sanders.
is Colonel Sanders. His name is Colonel Sanders.
No.
And if no one comments the correct answer on this video after like a year, then we will re-record on the same date next year, and we'll just fight each other to the death to determine which one wins. Jordan
not
and I
actually to the
versus
death.
Levi
What if
and
we just
Taryn.
invite the most recent Colonel Sanders and the most recent Jack in the Box actors to fight to
And
the
then they
death?
fight. There we go. That's better. I like that.
I like that, but I'm not bringing my deep fryer for him to use. I don't trust that.
No, at that
It's-
point, I think it's just a fucking fist fight.
It's bring your own deep fryer at that point.
BYODF. Beyond.
Beyond-
There it is.
Oh.
This is probably a little over an hour now, but that's okay. It's done. You at home, you decide. Probably, unless a year passes.
Hold
All right.
on! Who's next? You decide!
Let's battle!
Alright, you guys let me watch that, Jack.
Hi, this is Jordan from Nat One Podcast. We hope you enjoyed the episode you just listened to, and we hope that you come back for more soon. If you'd like to keep up with the zany shenanigans of our lives and the different things that we do, you can find us on Twitter, TikTok, Spotify, YouTube, Castbox, and Anchor. We look forward to seeing you again soon. And hey, thanks.